out here. I'm putting you in the middle of all these pagan people so that you'll be a light. So you won't act like the rest of them. So you can let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven. That's why I'm putting you, church, down here. Church, I'm putting you down here as an embassy. And at this embassy, this church, I need some ambassadors. So I'm going to make you all ambassadors for Christ. For it was Paul that said we are ambassadors for Christ, didn't he? So God put the church down there in the midst of this world because this world is not our home, and we are peculiar people in the midst of this world, aren't we? But we are still ambassadors for Christ, and if you are ambassador for Christ, you have to take your orders from whoever's over the embassy. So when you look at that, it's your job as well as anybody else's as a part of the church. He says, listen, he's talking about the leaders who hate the good and love the evil. And then he gets more in depth, in detail, by describing how bad that they really are by the terminology that he's using. And this is not so much as literal or metaphoric as he is speaking. Sometimes it's a little bit of both. But he wants you to know how bad they are doing, the extent of it. He says, and their flesh from off their bones, who also eat the flesh of my people. And see, that would be literal. That will come a time when Babylon is under besiege by King Nebuchadnezzar, when they shut up the city, where no one go in or no one go out. They will begin to eat each other's children, literally. Read 1 Kings, 25th chapter. You'll see that's going to happen literally. And flay their skin from off of them. That could be a literal statement. How cruel that they were. And they break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pot and as flesh within the cauldron. I mean, he is just describing. He's describing how awful this is and the extent of the wrong and the evil that you all are actually doing. He's using graphic language and graphic details to describe that you're going way overboard. But you don't need to do that. Then he skips verses 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And he comes on down to verse 9. And again he say, here, let me have your attention. Hear this, I pray you, again, ye heads of the house of Jacob, and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and pervert all iniquity. He is dealing with their behavior. Remember I said they had a behavioral problem? They didn't know how to behave as God's children. The church don't know how to behave as the church. The people inside the church don't know how to behave as a child of God. So we do whatever we want to, and we forget about being righteous. That God is righteous. And we should be mimicking righteousness if we're going to serve him. Then he goes into verse 10. They build up Zion with blood and Jerusalem with iniquities, weaponry. Okay? That's the extent that they're doing, to take something from somebody else so they can get richer. Because they have enough, but Barbara, enough is never enough. You ever see anybody say, I'm going to just get this and I'm going to quit. Then they get that, and I think I'll get a little bit more. And then they get that, I'm going to get a little bit more. Remember the man that said he's going to tear down his barns and build bigger barns to store his stuff in? Because enough was never enough. The more he got, the more he wanted. And at anybody's price and expense at any cost. That's what they're still doing right now. The heads thereof judge for reward. The heads. That means they get paid. And the priests thereof teach for hire. False teachers. Telling y'all it's okay to sin. Nothing wrong with doing this. Ain't nothing wrong with shacking. You can shack as long as you want to. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with cheating the Lord. You ain't got to bring the tithes. You ain't got to give him nothing. He ain't going to do nothing to you. I mean, that's what it's saying. That was the priest telling them this kind of stuff, boy. You know, I mean, the leaders. It's okay to go out to the casino. Just bring some money back off your guys. I mean, come on now. Come on, man. It said, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean up on the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us. That's pitiful. That's pitiful, ain't it? You doing wrong. You need to be walking around looking over your shoulder waiting for something to happen. Because it's going to happen. God's long suffering. How long, God? Oh, just keep living. Won't be long. My time ain't your time. Don't forget about that. He says, therefore shall Zion for your sake be plowed as field, and Jerusalem shall become heaps. And it did too, didn't it? And the mountains of the house as the high places of the forest. That's when Nebuchadnezzar came and tore Jerusalem down and took everything in Jerusalem back to Babylon, didn't it? Jerusalem was left as a burning heap, just as the prophet had predicted. And then you skip on over to Micah 6th chapter. Okay? Wherewith shall I come before the Lord? And this is what they said they want to do for the Lord. Because they tired of the judgment. They trying to prevent the judgment, okay? They don't want nothing to happen, so I'm going to give some money to this man standing on the corner. Lord, you'll be pleased. I did help that man on the corner. I gave him $5 this time. And then I seen somebody else on this corner, and I gave them $10, Lord. And Lord, I put in $20 in church. Lord, are you going to be pleased with all that stuff that I done did? I try to help everybody I can, Lord. Is that going to please you, Lord? Here's he said in verse 6. Wherewith shall I come before the Lord, and bow myself before the high God? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, or with 10,000s of rivers of oil? See, the number gets greater. The number gets greater when they're trying to offer the Lord to bribe him off. Shall I give my firstborn? And sometimes they did have child sacrifice back then, but the Lord didn't tell them that. For my transgressions, the fruit of my body, for the skin of my soul. This is what Michael asked them after they come, talking about what all they can bribe the Lord with. And Michael said, no, baby girl. He said, he has showed thee, oh man, what is good. And what doeth the Lord require of thee? But to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Amen.
Amen.
Y'all got some questions, comments, statements, add-ons, takeaways? Anyone don't understand the lesson, need an application of the lesson? If I was going to give you an application of the lesson, I say, well, you need to apply Micah 6 and 8. That's your application. You can take that today, tomorrow, and next week. And apply Micah 6 and 8. You don't know what it says? I'll tell you what it says one more time, Dwayne. He has showed thee, oh man, what is good, and what do the Lord require of thee, of me, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. That's
Amen.
Any add-on, Sister Jenny?